soul's purpose and alignment with the soul. But then what is it exactly, right? What would you be experiencing when you are lined up with it? Welcome to Satori Mindset Podcast. My name is Yuki Yoshi, and this is your time, your moment to reflect on yourself, your life, and to integrate your journey to feel aligned, and to ultimately make the awakened version of you a default mode. So let's begin. So recently, I have come up with this new map or a model framework of really understanding for people to understand what entails to be living life aligned with the soul's purpose. And there are five pillars. But in this video, I want to talk about the first one out of the five, which is to be living your life lining up with your heart's desire. And this is a huge one, right? Many people talk about, soul's purpose and alignment with the soul. But then what is it exactly, right? What would you be experiencing when you are lined up with it? And I think there are five of them. And number one is heart's desire. So here's what we want to begin flipping and reversing the way we think. Many people come to this world and begin fitting into the model of how the existing people populations are living. And sooner or later, if you are studying the spiritual path, you start feeling that the way that the world is operating is not congruent and conducive to the unfoldment of the soul. So the way that we want to do is to reverse that order by asking this powerful question. If I could be, do, have, and live exactly the way I wanted to, how would you be living? How would I be living? Yeah. We want to start from there because if we don't start from there, you start from the existing circumstance or past present experience, and that itself is going to limit us the possibility of it. One of the things that we want to really understand is that this physical world that we're living is very fluid and dynamic, right? That creation is in the 3D physical world, but being created from somewhere else. And the powerful thing that we want to recognize is that we can access that initiation of creating the life that we want to be creating. So if that's true, it's rather nonsense to start from outside in or past present because in this moment, we can access our mind to begin creating something completely new, right? Now, when we get stuck in this sort of outside physical environment, it might be difficult for people to think so and even go there. But what we want to do is to remove all of those things away and sit in front of a piece of paper. I like blank piece of paper and a pen and begin answering this question. If you could be, do, have anything you wanted, how would you be living? Because what you want is an intellectual understanding of your heart's desire, right? An intellectual understanding of your heart's desire. And the heart's desire, what you desire, because the potentiality of that creation already lives in the spiritual plane. The seed of that desire exists already. That's why you desire it. Every single one of us has a different desire. And there's a unique mission that we're here to fulfill and demonstrate. And it's really important to tap into that seed of our desire by answering the question, if you could be, do, have anything you wanted, how would you be living? And then begin drawing and mapping out the 360 view of what you would be experiencing, fantasizing and dreaming. That dream is the life that you're here to live. Yeah. Dream sounds like something miracle or magical that you need to reach to be able to obtain. That expression of you when you're living that dream is the most authentic you. Because when you're living that, you feel super expansive and uplifting and fulfilling. And that's what we are here to demonstrate. So we want to reverse that order by going inside and tapping into the seed of the desire. To live your heart's desire is fundamental in aligning with the soul purpose. Now, a couple of things that I want to mention is what you want. And then when you begin mapping out your want and a desire, we want to notice if you're choosing that want. Now, one of the things is if you're choosing that one based on your current belief of what you think it's possible, or whether you're choosing that one based on what others wanted you to want. Yeah, neither of those is the answer. If you could be, do, have anything you wanted, so there's no any limitation or false assumption in the belief. There's no any somebody told you to want something. All those are stories, right? You want to push those aside. And if anything and everything is possible, how would you like to be living? What if when we begin enter into that energy, that becomes a possibility because you're entering, right? Now, what if that anything is possible is not possible only when you believe that it's not possible because you're letting that outside situation or others' opinion or your past experience to get in the way because inside is the creation seed of the creation for the outside. Then we want to really monitor and observe what kind of inside we're cultivating, right? The inside that we can cultivate has an infinite possibilities because you can imagine and desire whatever that is that you want to choose that. Yeah. So take a shot and do this exercise so you can really tap into your heart desire. Now, once you wrote that on a piece of paper, which I would love for you to everybody to do, taking the time aside, because people tend to get distracted and to start a little bit and get distracted. But maybe it will take 2, 3 days or even a week to come back this piece of paper. Now, what we want to do is to contrast that with your current mode of operating, because what the information that will give us is that most people are not operating from that seed, but the seed is hidden based on how we're conditioned to live outside in past, present. The past experience dictate the thoughts and the idea inside, and the existing situation dictate what we can cultivate inside. But I'm asking you to remove all of those and start from the seed. The seed of creation is already inside of you. That seed is what gives you the heart's desire. And it's really important to tap into that. Thank you for listening to the podcast. A message I want you to take with you is this. You have a power to choose how you see yourself and the world at any given moment. So stay connected to that wisdom.